Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing really well. So it's March already and another month has gone by, so just want to take the chance to update you on how we're doing with the Challenge 40. So this month has been a bit sporadic, to be honest. February was a pretty difficult month for a number of reasons. Started to lose a little bit of motivation to get up in the morning, so I wasn't as strict with getting up when I really should. And that meant that a lot of my swims were actually just thrown out the window and I didn't get out of bed. I had a few late nights as well, so I started to slip into some of my old habits, which wasn't great, but still made a lot of progress actually. So with the running, so I'm now running half marathon distance fairly comfortably. The first one I did was about 2 or 3 weeks ago and I got some really bad blisters on my feet. Talked about that in a previous video. And then on Sunday, so a couple of days ago, I did the Great Yarmouth Half Marathon. So that was really good to get a little bit of experience of doing a race. And yeah, won my first medal of the season. So really proud of that. And I mean, a half marathon is something that I couldn't have done at the start of the year. So to make that kind of progress, I mean, you know, this really means a lot to be able to have achieved that. So that's really fantastic. And the pace as well was really good. So at the end of January, I was doing 9-minute 24 miles, and that's for just over 11 miles. And on Sunday, I was doing 8-minute 54 pace. Sorry, I don't know what that is in kilometers per hour. I'm sure you can work it out. Maybe I'll actually put it on the screen what that is. In terms of the cycle, so at the end of January, I was doing 33 miles, and again, previous videos, I've told you how much pain I was in when I did that. I mean, it was absolutely excruciating, and I mean, the idea of even doing 40 miles just didn't enter my head. I just thought, there's no way I'm going to be doing 54 miles. It's impossible. But I did 40 miles a couple of weeks ago, which was really good. The average pace is about 15 miles per hour, so it's pretty steady. It's not the quickest in the world, but hey, we're making progress. Comfort wise is really good, and I think that's the main thing really. I don't find that I'm getting out of breath. I just find that sitting on a seat for that long is just really uncomfortable. But what's that? When I was doing 40 miles, that was 2 hours 45 minutes, I think. Yeah, something like that. And I felt okay, you know, and I guess it's part you're building up over time, aren't you? You know, you're building up and you get kind of getting used to it. So yeah, 40 miles, a way to go until I got 54 miles under the belt, but that's really going to be the aim for the next month, to just try and increase the distance. In terms of the swimming, so I can do the distance, so I can do 1900 meters, but it's a reasonable pace. I mean, it's 2 minutes 40 per 100 meters, which is pretty good. I want to try and that's 51 minutes at the moment to do that 1900 kilometers or 1.2 miles. So ideally I want to be down at 45 minutes for the swim, which would be knocking another 20 seconds off per 100 meters, which feels achievable, I think, in 3 months. So I've been looking at a lot of sort of swimming technique, and there's one book in particular called The Triathlete's Bible by a guy called Joel Friel, I think it's how you pronounce it. And he talks about the swim being very much technique based. So if you get the technique right, then you will naturally swim faster. So technique has always been a bit of an issue for me. I mean, I didn't start swimming until I was like mid-30s. So yeah, it's always something I've had to work at. And in the book, he actually gives 3 or 4 really nice little bits of technique to really focus in on. So I'm going to focus on those this month. You don't need to actually do the full distance as well, which is a little bit surprising. He's just talking about basically do intervals of 25 meters, and you just gradually get used to doing the technique correctly, and then the speed will kind of take care of itself. So that'll be the focus for this month, to improve the technique. In terms of the run, it's really trying to improve the pace. So if I'm going to be running a 1 minute 45, then, and that's what's needed to do a 5.5 hour Ironman. So that's what I'm trying to aim for. Then I need to be down at 8-minute miles. So that's knocking nearly a minute off my mile pace, which, yeah, I don't know if it's achievable, but, you know, we'll give it a go. We'll see how far we get. I mean, going to be moving to, you know, in that direction. So at the end of I might have already said this already. Sorry, I'm all over the place this morning. So at the end of January, I was at 9 minute 24 minute miles, and at the end of this month, I'm at 8 minute 54 seconds per mile. So I mean, I've knocked half a minute off my pace and increased the distance. So, you know, another 3 months, then hopefully we can get down to 8-minute miles, which would be really good. In terms of the cycle, so I mean, this triathlon Bible again, the only advice it gives for cycle is get a bike set up. So I got some aero bars. I didn't get any spacers to actually raise them up at all. So I haven't put them on the bike yet. I'm a little bit conscious that I don't want to put them on the bike and then, you know, mess something else up. So I'm going to wait until the weather's probably a little bit better. I mean, it's starting to improve now, but it's still fairly muddy and dingy in the morning. So I'm going to try and get a bike set up, get the aero bar set up at the same time, and then, yeah, we'll be set up for the next few months, and hopefully that'll be okay. So the aim for the bike is to get to 50 miles this month, and then I've got another 2 months then to get up to the 54, which if I'm doing 50, then hopefully 54 isn't too much of a stretch. And then, yeah, use the remainder of the time just to try and increase the speed a little bit. So in terms of general health, I do feel like I've experienced a little bit of burnout. The novelty's kind of wearing off, and there is a sense of turning the handle. I'm still making really good progress, which is really, really great. It's just, there's only so many times you can go out for, you know, an hour to run, hour to ride, and, you know, that remains interesting. So in terms of the health as well, so I actually picked up a little bit of an injury a few weeks ago. So I was in the gym doing a gym session. I was doing a leg press, and I felt a slight tearing feeling in my, just about my right hip. And it's a slight inguinal hernia. Now, I've had one on the left-hand side now for, I don't know, probably about 2 or 3 years. And, you know, at the time I was really concerned, and I thought that I'd need to get it repaired. But it's something I've lived with. It's got a little bit worse, a little bit more prominent, but I mean, it's not to the stage where it's uncomfortable. It doesn't hurt. It kind of goes back in. So it's something that I've been managing for the last, you know, few years. The one on the right really knocked my confidence, if I'm honest, because I was feeling really good for the progress I've made. Went to the gym, doing leg press. It was a weight that I felt was fairly comfortable. Well, I mean, I was actually pushing it a little bit, you know, maybe I shouldn't have done. You know, and I felt this little tear, and I was like, oh no. So I've done a lot of research into it. I backed off a lot of the weights because I wasn't sure how hard I could train with this little hernia. And a lot of you guys probably know this already, but there's certain exercises that you really shouldn't do if you've got a hernia. So anything that's really going to cause you to put any strain on your abdomen. So they talk about stuff like leg presses, squats, deadlifts. So those things are really things you should avoid. If you can't really avoid them, then you should wear a belt. So the belt provides some bracing for your stomach to push against. So that's not kind of forcing the abdominal into the weakness in the wall and causing the hernia to get worse, if that makes sense. So the idea is that yes, I've got these little hernias. It's probably something that I'm going to look at getting repaired at the end of the season, but right now I'm going to manage it. I think I can manage it well with bodyweight exercises. Pull-ups I don't think are a problem. I was a bit worried because I know my pull-up strength is pretty poor at the moment, and it's an area that I really want to work on, and I've been a bit reluctant to do pull-ups because I'm not sure if it's doing the hernia any good. But again, it's something that I'm going to maybe practice. I might get a belt actually so I can do pull-ups and, you know, do pull-ups with confidence without worrying about making anything worse. So this month I really just want to double down on doing the body weight exercises, doing plenty of press ups. I've actually got the P90X program, which is a fantastic program, and you can find a lot of similar workouts online, but there's a really good one for legs and back. So without doing deadlifts, without doing the squats, doing something like a P90X workout is probably going to be really good for my leg strength, and is going to avoid any issues with the hernia, avoid making it worse. So there's actually a really good channel on YouTube I found called Bully Juice, and this guy is absolutely fantastic. He does a load of 10 to 30 minute video workouts, and he covers all sorts of different things. He does like morning workouts, his full body workouts, chest workouts, back workouts, leg workouts, you know, anything you could want, he does them. So what I found is that when I'm really pushed for time, if I've only literally got 10 or 15 minutes, I just pull my phone out and I pull up one of his workouts, and then I do one of those, and that's been a really good time saver. And now that we're getting into March, what I'm finding is that, you know, trying to get that training life balance is a little bit more difficult. But yeah, you know, there's lots of other priorities in my life right now. You know, we want to sort the kitchen out, so we need to get that designed. So I need to devote some headspace to that. I need a new car desperately. I've needed a new car for probably about 2 or 3 years now, but I've put it off. I don't like buying cars. I don't like the whole, you know, sales pitch that the car salesman does, but I just need to suck that up and just get on with it. Booking holidays as well. You know, we're nearly a quarter of the way through the year, and we really need to, you know, prioritize some of these things. So I need to basically prioritize other things in my life, and I need to be really careful that I'm not getting sucked too much into training and the YouTube thing, because, you know, it is a real time sink. I mean, I can start editing a video, and, you know, 2 hours later I go, oh Jesus, you know, where's all the time go? You watch a video on YouTube and you think, oh, it's 4 minutes long. That must have taken, I don't know, half hour max to edit. But I mean, these take ages. I can see why people ship out the editing to somebody else to do it, because it takes absolutely forever. Admittedly, I actually really enjoy it. I like video editing, so it's not too bad. It's just that I'm not that good at it at the moment. It takes a really long time as well to think about titles and thumbnails, and there was a period where I was perhaps overthinking it, and I was trying to think of a catchy title just so, you know, people would click on it, you know, and hopefully then find the value in the video. But I think I'm just going to stick to saying what the video is, because, you know, I don't want this channel, if it gets subscribers, I don't want this to be about gimmicks. That's not what it's about. It's about actually trying to provide genuine value to other people. So, you know, if you need a gimmick to get somebody to click on it and find that value, you know, is it really right for them? I don't know. So we'll see how that goes. Again, it's a learning curve, and I'm learning all of this. You know, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to do videos of things that I'm passionate about, things that I care about, things that might be helpful to other people. Trying to record my progress, you know, and hopefully others find value in it. That's kind of my model I'm following at the moment. So hopefully that works. So anyway, that's what's been happening in February. Those are my plans for March. Sorry, it's been a bit all over the place. Today I've just really tried to just talk to the camera and just try and be myself. So hopefully a little bit of my own personality, a bit of my character has come out. You know, so you're seeing a little bit more of the real me rather than the trying to be polished version, which you know, I'm not at all. You know, I look at some of these videos and I look really robotic, and I'm like, this isn't me at all. So hopefully this style of video, you like it, because I'm going to try and limit how much I'm editing it. It's probably going to be a fairly long one, so there's probably not many people who will stick around to the end. But if you have, thank you so much, and I really hope you've found some value in this. Like I say, if you've got any advice, any questions, drop us a line, drop us a note in the comments, like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care for now.